Hello there again. Welcome to the 6th part of the storytelling of Brave Hunter. Well, Norma and her aunt Caligula were giving the fairies breakfast. And Norma couldn't quite believe that her aunt has changed that much. So she's pondering. Has she really changed all that much? Anyway, she helps her aunt giving the breakfast. And when all the fairies had had their breakfast, Norma and Aunt Caligula sat at the table. They both had a cup of the steaming drink that Caligula had made for the fairies. Norma gulped the delicious liquid and asked, "Auntie, why did I have to come so quickly, and what kind of task do you have for me? Making breakfast for the fairies?" Caligula shook her head. "Oh no, Norma, I wished it was that. In order to avoid contaminating more fairies with this horrible disease, all the fairies in Jingleland must be sprayed with a potion I've made. But as you know, I don't have the time to do it myself. In a couple of days there will be the annual witch ball, and even today the first witches are going to arrive. That's why I would like you to sprinkle the fairies with this potion, and as soon as possible, before more fairies get contagious." Caligula walked over to a cabinet and took out a sprinkler. "You have to take this with you and spray twice on each wing. Don't tell them that I've sent you, because I don't want them to know that I've turned into a good witch. And you mustn't say that I'm your aunt or let anybody know that you know me. Is this clear?" Caligula gave Norma a piercing look. "Well, you better walk to the village, and that way they won't notice you, and follow the path here on the left. Now you come to Jingleland, you'll recognize it immediately from the horrible, the beautiful, lovely smell of lavender and pine. And of course, you have to make yourself little before you go into the village." Norma nodded. She realized that the lives of the fairies were depending on it. It would be such a pity if more fairies ended up in jars. The fairies in the jars were becoming restless, and suddenly all the fairies started screaming, "No, don't do it! No, don't do it!" Quickly, Caligula pushed Norma outside. "You see, the illness causes them to have strange fits. Go quickly, spray all the fairies in Jingleland so they won't get those fits, and make yourself small before going in." Caligula shut the door behind her, and Norma went on her way with the spray. Bad fairies," grumbled Caligula, walking towards the table. "You think that you are smart, trying to warn my niece. Ha! That stupid goose is now going to bring me all the fairies. You see, if she sprays my potion on the fairies' wings, they will all fly directly to my home. Ha! So I can put them in jars as well. All of Jingleland will end up in jars, and I will have enough potion for all the witches at the annual witch ball. Ha! What a stupid goose Norma is, and what a wonderful mean witch I am.
"Wake up, sleepyhead." Alice pulled on Neston's arm. "Time to get dressed. The sun has been up for ages."
Alice flapped her wings. Neston rubbed his eyes and said sleepily, "Oh, what time is it then?" Alice fluttered above his face and answered impatiently,
"It's already 6 o'clock. I've been up for an hour, and you're still in bed. Come on, out of it."
She grabbed the blankets in her hands and flew up with them. "Oh, 6 o'clock? That's way too early," mumbled Neston. He turned over. 6 o'clock is no time to get up. He fell straight back to sleep and dreamt about his flying skills. All of Jingleland had come to watch how well he could fly. Never before they had seen anyone fly so well and with so much grace, style and courage. He somersaulted 3 times in the air, and when it started to rain,
"There you are! Now you are awake."
Alice had squeezed out a dishcloth above his face. Neston jerked up at once. "Why did you wake me up when I was dreaming so happily about flying and adventures?" he muttered.
"Because I have a plan, and I want to go on an investigation with you."
Neston was now wide awake. "Yes, let's go to the witch's house." Neston jumped out of bed. In seconds he was washed and dressed. "Come on, let's go straight to Caligula's house." Neston pulled at Alice's dress. "No, silly," called Neston.
"You can't just go there like that. You will end up in a jar."
"Well, I won't fit in it." Neston pulled a brave face.
she will just change you into a toad. Do you want to go through life, croaking and jumping? Come on, let's have breakfast first, and then I will tell you all about my plan."
Alice flew through the colourful shell door while Neston was following her on foot. During breakfast, Neston told his story of Brady, Brad and Bonnie and the flying stick.
"So now you can fly like me?" asked Alice as she bit into some delicious fairy bread.
"Yes, and that might come in handy when we're going to catch the mean witch," said Neston bravely, stirring his tea. "What kind of plan do you have to catch the witch, Caligula, Alice?"
"Now," Alice said, "I didn't say that I wanted to catch the witch. I just said that we should go on an investigation. You see, it will be some days before the witch ball."
Alice breathed deeply.
"But I believe that today the first witches will arrive. My idea is to mislead the witches, so no one will arrive at the witch ball."
"What a great idea!" yelled Neston enthusiastically.
And how do you intend to mislead them?" Neston looked at Alice inquisitively.
Well, that Alice didn't know either, so she shrugged her shoulders.
"Let's explore the vicinity of the witch's house. I'm sure we will get an idea."
Together they went outside, as the sun already started to rise steadily. It promised to be a radiant day. At the fairy bakery they bought some bread for the journey, then walked towards the path that led to the witch's house. They had to go over a hill before reaching the start of the path. It was still early, and Neston and Alice were all alone. What a wonderful smell," said Neston.
"Yes, do you remember? It has that special scent that makes all living creatures happy."
Alice jumped in the air. Neston gestured with his head. "I feel like jumping into that brook over there. Will you come with me, Alice?" The brook lay down the road, surrounded by trees and little beaches with a few little waterfalls. It looked very tempting.
"But we don't have time for that, silly. We have to explore the surroundings."
Alice's wings were trembling impatiently. "Oh, a little bit of cooling off can't do any harm." As he said this, Neston walked down the brook, took off his clothes and jumped into the cool crystal water. Alice shook her head and followed Neston. Suddenly Neston disappeared under water, and after a while Alice began to worry.
"Neston, come up! You're scaring me!"
She scanned the water to see if she could see his head. "Here I am!" Neston was hanging onto a branch of a tree that was standing in the brook. Alice flew towards him.
"Don't you ever do that again! Do you hear? I thought something terrible had happened."
"Ha! Don't you worry, I can take care of myself. I'm Neston, after all." Neston chuckled, letting the branch go and splashing into the water. Well, while Neston swam to the side and got dressed, Alice sat on the beach. She took a little twig and rubbed the soft sand away. And what she's going to do there, we'll find out next time. Thank you for watching again this video show, and I really hope you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.